it's Motha Knows.
Hey y'all, we back.
Back and dealing with the riffraff. All the riffraff of the week.
The internet has really been tweaking lately. Like, I feel like Cat Williams
just set it off.
Set the whole thing off.
And everybody like, bet.
Cat,
we're here.
Cat lit that match, threw it, and walked away.
And they said, say less. Right. Because really? So Amanda Seales, right? Like that whole conversation with Uncle Shay Shay, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy with this whole custody battle and the guns on the floor.
That nobody saw that divorce coming yet. Now, I'm not saying we never saw it coming, but not now.
I saw it coming.
I didn't see it coming right away. I thought maybe we get I think they got 15 months in. I didn't see it coming then. I saw it coming. I mean, then we got Portia and Simon.
Oh, I didn't see Portia. Literally, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all might be like, really? I saw Portia and Simon riding off to the sunset.
Did you?
Girl.
The sunset?
I wanted that for my girl Portia so bad.
I mean, I wanted it for her,
wanted it for her so bad. I was like, this might be it.
The sunset.
Girl, the sunset.
With Simon?
With Simon.
And all his wives?
Yep.
The way he dropped Fallon, you thought he was going to pick up Portia and treat her like the queen she was? Okay. And then we got Tiana and Iman.
And then the rat beef.
And then all these diss tracks flying left and right.
Chris Brown won.
Chris Brown, I mean, I gagged. That last line was like, oh, that hurt.
He went in. He went a little deep.
That was a little much.
I couldn't fathom myself saying something like that. Like, I mean, we wish it was you, but
nothing's off limits.
Nonetheless,
beefing.
He won. Kendrick and Drake, I don't care enough. Yeah, I'm sorry,
I don't. Because when you listen to it, it's like, first of all, I feel like Drake has a cult following. Like, he has a huge following.
Because he makes music for everyone. He makes his music for everyone.
But I never really tapped in. Like, I never identified
I couldn't get
Drake.
past Degrassi, I'm going to be honest.
Girl,
I'll dance to the bops, but I couldn't get past Degrassi.
What was his name on Degrassi? Because his real name is Aubrey, right?
Yeah.
Jake or something. Either way, I was like, who?
I could never
get
the
Degrassi boy. So I mean, he's had some good songs on the radio
like
that I can bop to, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm in it to win it with Drake.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, what he's rapping is real life.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
I will say though, he's funny. So he just recently posted, the Shade Room posted it, I think, but his response to Kendrick Lamar's diss track back to him, and he posted 10 Things I Hate About You clip. I hate the fact that you, I hate
but
that
that's what it sounded like,
I hate that you, and then you, I hate you. And then when she started crying, I said, yeah, he's funny. He's a comedian.
Yeah, he's an
a character.
He's an entertainer. Like,
he is a character.
He knows how to take advantage of the moment. Right. And now I'm going to pull y'all back to my side.
Like, I'm not going to get too deep in this.
But I don't know, just Kendrick's delivery. I wanted something a little more
punching.
He's way more creative. Like, I've heard him be more creative.
I mean, he's the ultimate lyricist, so that no one can take away from him. But I just don't see
the delivery just wasn't delivery.
I don't see him as a battle rapper. Like, I needed to punch, and it didn't.
It won't punch.
Like Chris Brown's,
it was a flick.
That came out of nowhere because he's an R&B singer. I mean, the boy is talented. He could do it any and everything.
Yeah,
art, rap. Sing, dance, act.
I'm gonna be honest though. Even when I heard Chris rap, I was like, I mean,
but them lines he gave, and then the subtleties of the first line says something about sweet in it, and the next line says something about tea in it. Now there is another conversation about like, let's not throw innocent bystanders.
And we had that conversation,
but I mean, I
protect Black women,
right? But all is fair. I mean, we heard what was the Tupac and Biggie beef when Tupac threw faith in it.
Can y'all stop throwing women in y'all beef?
Please, we don't want no part.
Really, it's childish. Man up. Like,
we really just don't want.
I don't like you because I don't like you. Right. Not because it got something to do with your chicken. Oh, I got like. Stop.
It's a lot. Yeah. So it's been busy. Because we touched on Jeezy and Jeannie.
We briefly,
but like,
because first of all, we didn't see it lasting. Right.
Well, I saw it lasting a little longer, but I didn't see it lasting. I didn't see it being like a surprise divorce, allegedly. I didn't see it going from wanting joint to primary custody and then it getting ugly and all bets are off.
Guns around the house.
Like we see pictures
not locked up. They
AKs.
Just out on the floor. Got my kid. Like, you know, like it's just.
There's a picture of him holding it. I think there was one picture of him coming down the steps holding it. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like I'm just trying to catch my breath, and then there's something else that come up.
And you always hope, like you hope it don't have to go there. Like you really just be hoping, like, can we all just get along? You know?
Can we all just put the child first?
You visit the child this week. I visit the child this week. Like, can we just make it simple?
And then there was Portia and Simon, which you said you didn't see coming.
I didn't see it. Not okay. Off into the sunset. Let me be honest.
You wanted that for her, but you saw it.
But I did give it like a good 5 years.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
so that's off into the sunset for Portia. Like that's the longest marriage she's had.
She literally posted "Be His Peace" like a week before the ish hit the fan.
Tiana and Iman.
Yeah, that one's crazy too. Because that one is getting ugly.
That is getting ugly. And I for real saw them like, you never like be like, okay, never make the assumption that people are going to be together forever.
Like, relationship goals, can y'all throw that
out the window.
Stop. Like, your goals should be better than you.
Goals. Yeah. All right. Your relationship, you make it work. What works for you.
Yes.
Point blank, period. That's the end. Now, I did see Tiana and Iman, like, you know, like lasting longer. Like,
I saw them as a forever couple.
Like growing older, like raising their children together.
Yeah. And then when they announced that they were divorcing, which was a blow, like everybody was like, wait, what?
Right.
I saw them being amicable through it. Like I thought they were going to be like cool best friends through it. Now we getting claims that he's a narcissist and, you know, he's got the women around the girls and
turning the lights off. Cutting the lights off.
I'm like
the utilities. He cut the utilities off.
Lord, like I can't catch my breath.
But that's when people be like, life be lifing.
It do.
It's not going to bypass anybody. Circumstances might be different.
Yeah, but
life is going to life.
Yeah, because I mean, it's all growing. It's all growing you, right? Yeah. So if you don't go through anything in life, you can't grow from it. You know, you can't grow into better. But this is a lot.
It's a lot.
And I just, like I said, I feel like for some people, even though I hate the concept of relationship goals, for some couples, you do feel like ultimately they're friends.
You really feel like they have a genuine foundation, a strong foundation. Tiana and Iman, I'll give them that. Mm-hmm. Jeannie and
Jeezy,
that
was just. I
didn't get it from the jump.
I still go to dark meat on the side every time I think about
I couldn't remember the line, but I was about to say I still go back to the what was it called? The Talk Real? What was the show?
The Real.
The Real. Thank you.
She was like, my main meal, lean and mean, but dark meat on the side. Huh? Wait, what? And my thing is this: it was never addressed when they got together. Not that she owed anybody anything. If he was cool with it, all right, fine. But you would think that she would have been like, you know what? I said this. I did not mean it that way, and it was stupid to say in the first place. But I do value this man, and this is gonna be my husband. Like something. They just got together. And a part of that is like, come on, Jeezy. Like you knew.
Y'all ain't got no sisters y'all can call. Like, yo, I'm thinking about what you think about. Y'all ain't got no us.
Nobody in the industry was like, come on, bro. Like, give it a little bit more time before you.
You know, like I got whispers in my soul. Like she said this, and got the baby hairs, and got the chill. You know, take a beat.
Yeah.
Date for a year or two.
Yeah.
Then see.
Yeah.
But life lessons, like you said, like we're all fated to go through things because it pushes us into who we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to learn. And so you just hope that they can, like, you know, come out on the other side. Y'all got children. Think about the children at this point.
Yes.
It's gotten ugly enough. Like, okay, he got the guns and the baby was underweight. Okay. Stop it there. Let's let the judge decide. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I know lawyer in you like, girl, gloves off.
When you file, I file.
Gloves off. What else I know about him?
Because, I mean, when somebody blindsides you, if that's what happened.
But she responded. So let me ask you this.
Can I finish my point? Let me Now you can ask me.
Go ahead.
Now I was just going to say, if somebody, if it's true that this person was blindsided and they never saw the former partner seeking primary custody in the cards, you don't know what lengths they'll go to next. So you can't take your time with it. You got to expeditiously, like T.I. would say, file and do what you got to do.
Like the ideal hope is like, okay, Jeezy, you threw your shot out there. Jeannie, you responded with the guns. Can we just
stop it there?
Right?
Yeah.
But to your point, now it becomes who's gonna win, and that's the unfortunate part.
And there's no lengths that you would go to.
And then you got the lawyers in your ear like, look, we're here to win. What else do you know that can show, right? That can show evidence to the case that they are unfit, that you deserve primary. Yeah. Like now it just becomes who's going to win now. That's it.
Yeah. So that's a lot. And then we had Amanda on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah. So Amanda is getting like her vindication, so to speak, right?
Somewhat, yeah. Well, I feel like she was getting a lot more vindication like right after. Okay. But then she took to her live and she revealed that she had been self-diagnosed. And if you recall, if you watched the interview, Shannon Sharp kind of paused and asked her if she was clinically diagnosed on the autism spectrum. And she said her response was, the autism spectrum is a clinical diagnosis. I don't think she ever said, I have been clinically diagnosed.
She didn't.
But the way she responded, it could have been easily solved by I was self-diagnosed, and that's because when you reach adulthood, it's hard to get clinically diagnosed without it being expensive, and
time consuming, probably
time consuming. So you go to a psychiatrist who can tell you that you present on the spectrum, and then you self-diagnose as well.
Yeah.
That's what I believe happened with her. She didn't go through the diagnostic testing, but she was diagnosed. She said
she wasn't about to pay $10,000.
Right. So. And I saw some comments where they were like, all right, that's a stretch. It's about $3,500, which is still a lot of money out of pocket.
And maybe the person that she spoke to said $10,000.
And it's state by state. So state by state, if you don't have insurance, a lot of actresses and actors do not have their own insurance, or if it's through whatever actors union, it might not be the best insurance. Yeah. So you just never know.
And she's in one of those expensive states, right? So.
California, yeah. It's probably California, New York. It's probably the most expensive to get a diagnosis. Right. So she very well could have been quoted $10,000, right? Yeah. But I think two things from it. In hindsight, because I guess when someone's throwing something at you like that, especially if you are on the spectrum, you never know how that could make you feel in order to respond. Like you never know what response that could call up if someone is saying, well, did you get clinically diagnosed? And we were already sitting here talking about, the whole conversation is about how the Black voice, and especially the Black woman's voice, has to always be validated by credentials or by the white supremacist standard. It could throw you off if somebody's like, well, did you get clinically diagnosed?
Yeah. And it's like, and she's smart enough to know, like, okay, if I say no, then that's just going to go down a spiral.
Right.
And she said she had already felt like she had been on the defense.
It was a couple times before that.
Through the conversation.
Yeah.
So she was probably like, look.
Yeah.
It's a clinical diagnosed. Autism is a clinical diagnosis.
Yeah. And I'm
going to let you interpret it the way you interpret it.
And I think her response was, yes, I've been diagnosed, which she said I've self-diagnosed, which I have now learned is a valid form of being diagnosed. A lot of people in marginalized communities have to self-diagnose because, number one, doctors don't take us seriously.
Well, and
they don't take our pain seriously.
Who has the money to,
the money, but also too, we talk about this all the time about how the healthcare system just treats us poorly. They don't take our word. They think that we can withstand so much more pain than is normal. So they don't ever really take our word as fact. So
now you would hope you would take Amanda Seales' word, but nonetheless, I feel like now her diagnosis is more substantiated, right? I feel like we know more because we had to learn more. Like we just from that conversation, we had to lean in and be like, no, wait a minute.
Because I had to lean in because at first I was like, come on, man, we was right. You ain't diagnosed. But then I leaned in and I saw a lot of clinicians saying, no, self-diagnosis is valid and this is why.
Yeah, I wish she would have said that conversation. I know, girl. I know you're tired of Club Shay Shay at this point. You're tired of defending yourself.
Yeah.
But just to educate the masses on like, okay, this is what the process is, and this is what it looks like, and this is why people self-diagnose because yada yada. So she could have just educated us. Forget Uncle Shannon, like educate us, girl. Because at first, me and my sister were like, "Now say what now?"
Right. Wait a minute.
We were defending you, and you ain't diagnosed.
Come on, Amanda Seals. But to your point, I know that Black women are tired of being the educators, right? So, like,
we've been teaching y'all since.
So I know that it was probably an internal, like, I'm not about to do this again.
Yeah.
But to the whole point, the themes that ran through were, I haven't been protected and I'm misunderstood. So if you know that about yourself on basically every platform you've been in, you think you've been misunderstood. Just take a little bit of time to say, you know what, I self-diagnose and this is why.
And this is why. And
that's it. And let it fall where it may.
Right. People will still have something to say.
People would have still said
Shannon would have had another question, but
But it is what it is. Yeah. But then it opens up a better dialogue. And then now you're educating your people, not just the masses, but your people on what it means so that they can then,
because we gonna lean in,
yeah.
Black women gonna lean in and be like, she said,
and but now
and that's what it is.
But now the conversation is, oh, she lied,
right?
And here it goes.
And then
again.
Her lies and stuff, they
were a little bit.
I want her to sometimes. Now she's on the spectrum, so I have to consider that now. Like,
there's a grace that has to be
exactly because before I'm like, girl, like
stop always going for the gusto.
Okay,
stop
like,
always
rein it in just a little bit,
because it was a little. I mean, I think fair enough. I think Shannon took a little bit of a different stance in this interview than he normally does. Like he leaned in a little bit more, asked more questions. So I understand her being.
He played to her. And I say character for lack of he played to it though.
He played to.
He knew that
she was going
questioning and challenging. It was going to get like that's just girl.
Good,
it's genius when you think about
good
it.
Journalism. He's not. He says he's not.
I wouldn't even call it good journalism. I call it good entertainment.
Entertainment, but I mean now, but journalists are taught to figure out that thing that'll trigger that'll get you.
Yeah.
We saw it in Oprah all the time. She triggered the tears, child.
Well, she didn't trigger. Never mind. She didn't trigger Miss Sissy.
Not Miss Sissy. She said no, I won't.
Would you be okay if Whitney?
I will not.
No, ma'am. So you wouldn't condone it? Nope.
And Oprah kept asking for another answer. Sissy said, I'm not going to give you the answer you're looking for, so you might as well move on, sweetheart.
We've got to lean back into some of those old, them elder women mannerisms. Like, I said what I said. And I'm saying it respectfully, but I'm going to look you in your eye and be like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, maybe could have. But I'm going to give her grace. We support her.
I want to give her grace.
I love that she knows this about herself. And the conversation is now about how do we allow underrepresented communities the space and the grace to say, I know this about myself. I need someone's help in getting that diagnosis.
Yeah. I want to give her grace. I hope at some point there is a learning curve for her because she's brilliant, right? So it's hard for her to see where sometimes maybe and be self-aware where sometimes maybe she could have addressed things a little differently. But I think the common denominator, even if misunderstood, the common denominator in pretty much every situation that she talked about, I mean, when it came to Flowetry, when it came to the radio station, when it came to school, getting kicked out of school, when it came to, all these different, the party, is there anywhere, like any possibility at all? Like, I'm not even saying,
no, facts. Because
was it 2% of something where you could have just,
because common sense is if it's
continuous and consistent
experience, you have to look at
self
somewhere
a little bit
yourself and say, what's my part?
Like, even if you didn't start it, could you maybe have just let it, like, I don't know. And I hate to.
Well, and Shannon did say that a few times. Like, well, did you?
Yeah. Like, was there anywhere where
you could have, or did you play any part? Like, he was trying to softly get her there, but
like, I'm not asking when she talked about racism. That's your experience.
Yeah, I'm not really going to question that too much.
There's no part you could play in that, right? Especially as a child.
Right.
But I'm thinking about more of like, you know, getting kicked out of school. So the guy just lied. Like, did you in any way do anything? You know, like, it's just a common theme of everyone else, as opposed to at some point maybe I contributed in some way, maybe, you know.
And then like I'll wrap on my end, but
okay.
The other instance that comes to mind is when she was like, she called the man on set a nigga, and he was like, "I'm not a nigga," and she was like, "Okay." Instead of just being, "Oh my, you know, okay, my bad."
Yeah.
It's like those little those little things,
those cues.
I can see her being like, "Okay," and then like just
and then moving on,
and now he's in his feelings, you know. So even though y'all do say nigga on, you know,
they do, but if somebody sets a clear boundary and it's shown,
you can acknowledge it sincerely.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to do too much.
A quick okay means.
Yeah, like moving on.
Okay,
because in her mind she was like,
"You're being ridiculous."
She was in her mind, she was like, "Moving on." You know, you know.
Then when she said, the lady came up to her, she was like, "Well, you know, like, we got to talk about the incident." She was like, "What incident?" And she was like, "You know, when you call a nigga," she was like, "Well, actually, I called him a revolutionary nigga." Like,
yeah, you know? Like, girl, whatever it was, he presented as being
like
offended.
Little,
you know?
It's those little,
nuances.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the streets have been busy, and I have a feeling it's May 1st, right?
But we're already in May. That's crazy to say. Okay.
Yeah,
but we got a whole nother 7 months.
We got 7 months of shenanigans.
Let's just take a deep breath.
It's going shenan. Just breathe through it.
Ride the waves.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Motha Knows. Thank y'all. Let us know what y'all think about all this craziness. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, whatever applies.
All that good stuff.
We are.
Girl, I hate when you do this.
Motha Knows Co. on TikTok and YouTube, and Motha_knows on Instagram.
She don't do that because she's tired of saying it. Like, she want me to say it. I get it. I got you next time.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.